Okay, fear, control, domination, and oppression. That's what I'm talking about today. And no, it's not normal for the sisters to be doing news summaries. That's not normal for us, but we are not living in normal times. And at this very moment, there's a big story that's been out for about 2 weeks as Sascha Riley released his testimony. And as you listen to his testimony, it starts to make a lot of things make sense about what's going on right now. Like, it totally makes sense that Trump is willing to sacrifice a citizen a week through his ICE occupations. He's totally fine with them just going out and murdering a new person every week. Why? Because it keeps the attention off of the Epstein files. While we are outraged at ICE and outraged at the other teams that are of his goons that are coming in and murdering people, we're forgetting about the real smoking gun, which is the Epstein files. And so I did a deep dive into Sascha Riley's testimony. And I'm 66 years old, and I know bullshit when I hear it. And this is not bullshit. This man has too many details, knows too many things for it to be bullshit. So if you can handle it, you should listen to the Sascha Riley testimony tapes. I've only gone through the first one, and I've gone through it twice, and it takes a strong stomach to listen to it. If you are a person who's suffered abuse as a child, sexual abuse or physical abuse, you want to turn this off right now and don't listen to it, because I'm already warning. I'm going to talk about things that the mainstream media refuses to talk about. I'm going to paint a picture for you. Sascha Riley's about a young man in his 20s, and he's serving in the army in I think Iraq. And an officer comes to him and says, "We just busted a man for having child pornography on his laptop. And there's a kid in this pornography that looks a lot like you. Were you ever in a movie with a black woman?" And Sascha Riley knew immediately what they were talking about. He knew that he had been filmed with a black girl, and I think her name was Samantha. And he knew how her life ended. So he knew that he had been filmed. So now I'll walk you through what our elite fucks do for fun. When you have someone who has all the money in the world and hates, basically has total contempt for people and only respects his own kink, he sets up parties. They set them up like fairs. There'd be tents and there'd be caterers. So there's records to all of this. Everything that Sascha Riley says in his reports can be proved because so much was involved. I mean, we have CPS involved. We have catered parties for the elite. These are on farms in Alabama. It wasn't just on Epstein Island. So I'm going to paint you a picture. 25 very, very rich people get invited to something that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein orchestrated. And whether they just did it for fun or took money, don't know, don't care. But what they invited the rich people to do is come and witness bare knuckle fighting, which was outlawed in this country in the 1900s. So immediately you get rich people coming to do something and to see an event that they can't get anywhere else. And it seems relatively harmless. Two grown men fist fighting each other. Okay, it's something like maybe you'd see in an Irish bar, a brawl or something like that. Seems like that. And the reason we have Clinton and other famous people whose pictures in this is because a lot of those, this is what I believe, a lot of those people came for that first day of the party and went home. According to Sascha Riley, as the days went on and the group dwindled down to less and less, the children got scared because they knew the ones who were less and less were there for the hardcore stuff. So what his testimony gives is that both Epstein and Trump and a man named Jim Jordan and Clarence Thomas and who else? Alex Jones. Let me see if I can find his name. Not Alex Jones, sorry. Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs, Epstein, Trump, Ghislaine, however you say her name, and others. This Sascha Riley has very specific memories. Now, he has no memory of being molested by Clarence Thomas. The only reason he remembers Clarence Thomas is because it was a white man's party and a black man showed up. That's why he remembers him. and he was 12 years old. So the testimony that is given by Sascha Riley, who's in hiding, maybe in Canada right now, but he's releasing the story. And as he releases the story, other people come out to confirm his story. But no one's investigating it. And the reason I'm talking about it is because no one's investigating it. Oh my God, I looked at an article in the British Tribune or something, and it's milk toast. So what we're seeing here is Trump and his buddies got away with this total fear, control, domination, and oppression in a small group setting for many, many years. And now he's president. And now he can inflict that fear, control, domination, and oppression on the masses. And that's exactly what we're doing. What we're talking about is a group of rich men who get off on seeing fear in the eyes of someone. In Sascha's testimony, children were made to fight each other, sometimes to the death. Children were made to beat each other up. Children were drugged. Children were sold for sexual favors. Like Sascha knows that his father, it was $5,000 to let someone sleep with him. He doesn't know what his father was paid to let people beat him up, but he was beaten up over and over again. According to his testimony, our beloved president, Donald Trump, wanted to kill somebody and asked Epstein to set up so he could kill somebody. And Epstein told him, no, we don't do that. So, but they do that. But he said, no, we don't do that, but we'll let you kill puppies. And Trump said, okay, but I want the children to witness it. So this 12-year-old boy, who's the son of a pilot for Epstein, witnessed Trump slaughtering 6 puppies, 6 different ways. One he slit open, one he put under the faucet and drowned. Anyway, he did his torture on these puppies. He made minors watch it. There's far more than this. And I'm not going to go into it because I want you to watch the Sascha Riley testimony. He tells it all. But what I can tell you is that this is as bad as it gets. This is so horrendous. And what I'm afraid of is that it's going to be 10 years and Trump will be 10 feet under for 10 years before we get to the bottom of the truth. Because right now, you've got every major media platform trying to shut down the story. YouTube won't let you download it. YouTube won't let you give a transcript of it. Meta and Google are blocking and taking out comments about it and suppressing visibility to it. It's the problem is we have a very few group of people in power of all the airways, and they are not going to let this story go out. What they're going to do is either kill Sascha Riley or make sure he's discredited somehow when his story is very easy to go substantiate. You have caterers involved. You have brothels with children in them. You have CPS coming on a regular basis. You have a sheriff who said to Sascha's father, if anything happens to this boy, I will spend the rest of my life going after you to make sure you're in jail. Sascha was adopted, by the way. It was his adopted father, and his adopted father and adopted mother started trafficking him out for money at a very young age, first to family members, then to friends. Then his father becomes Epstein's pilot, and the trafficking gets worse and worse. He gives testimony to 3 young girls that all 3 died. One through suicide, one through being shot in the head by 5 men who came into a room while he was having sex with this girl. Basically, 12-year-old and 12-year-old ordered to go have sex while they're in bed. 6 powerful white men walk in the room, and one of them shoots her in the head. And then they all take turns with the young boy who just had the girl shot next to him. This is like some Hunger Games creepy crap that in your darkest imagination you wouldn't come up with. Where I'm going with this is that we need to all share the story. We all need to listen to Sascha's testimony, and no matter how disgusting it is, we need to get it out there. It needs to be shared. The world needs to know. If everybody heard what I heard, I just don't believe he would have one supporter or one helper. And when you see who the men are that were involved in this, that are named by Sascha Riley, like Jim Jordan, he's our current head of the House Judiciary. He's not going to let this story get out. And Andy Biggs is congressman from Arizona. It's been a while since this all happened to this boy, because this boy was Sascha Riley was eventually taken away from his stepdad by CPS, and he went from a foster home into the military, and he got a lot of counseling, obviously. In the meantime, his adopted mother committed suicide. And I don't know where his adoptive father is. I haven't gotten that far in the tapes. I basically went through the first tape twice. It's an hour and 20 minutes. And I was looking for any inconsistencies or anything that made me think this isn't right. And I'm sorry, everything that this man is saying is the truth. And that he's very careful not to, he knows other names. He knows lots of names, but he is only naming those that he has a direct memory of. And he had so much sex that he doesn't have memory of the sex. He has memory of the men who tried to kill him. He has memory of Trump trying to kill him and his father saying, it's enough, it's enough. He has a memory of Andy Biggs trying to kill him. Andy Biggs was given him for free. And Andy Biggs is, who did I say he was? I think he's the Arizona representative. Andy Biggs was given this Sascha Riley for free. And Sascha Riley was told him he can't fight back. Yes, he's currently sitting congressman in Arizona. Now, this was 20 years ago, but when someone is in their 40s or 50s and for sport, they're torturing children, do you think they lose that inclination without therapy? Or do you think they move on to torturing a whole country?